Hello everybody, it is Bicep Prime, and today I'm back again reviewing the DC Multiverse Batman.
Anyway, getting into the actual review. Hello guys, it's Bicep Prime, back for another video, and today we're going to be reviewing the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman from the Batman. So anyway, let's just get right on into the review by starting with that packaging. And now with Robert Pattinson, I mean Batman, out of the way. Right up front here, it says DC Multiverse, Batman. This is my first figure from the DC Multiverse toy line to review. It says Batman right there. It's got a big plastic window showcasing the figure within. Here at the top, it says Batman, McFarlane Toys right there. And then 22 moving parts. Here at the it says the Batman from the Batman. Here on the back, got some nice images of the Batman and some other figures that are also in this line. Like there's the Riddler and Catwoman, the motorcycle, and Bruce Wayne and all that. So anyway, let's just get right on into the figure. And right off the bat, I will say the figure is pretty lacking when it comes to the accessories and stuff that it comes with. So first off, it comes with a stand here. It's just a plain black dish. It's got the DC logo and a little peg here. You can plug it into Batman's foot and it allows him to stand up easier. So a pretty basic stand. Very nice to get those. And then he comes with a grapple gun. It's very well sculpted and everything, but I honestly feel like they could have given us maybe a little coil shooting out or just something else. And then this guy also comes with a collector card that has that nice... It's got some dust on it, but it also has some nice artwork there of the Batman grappling up. And then at the back, it's got a bio here that says the Batman data file, real name Bruce Wayne. And it says, the Batman is 2 years into his role as Gotham's embodiment of vengeance. A nocturnal vigilante who strikes fear in the hearts of criminals. A reclusive scion of Gotham's richest family, questioning his family's legacy. The world's greatest detective stalks the streets at night, employing a lethal combination of mental mastery, physical strength, and expert technology on his journey to becoming the city's symbol of hope. So anyway, that is basically it for the card. I do appreciate the card, and this is my main complaint with the figure. He literally comes with no other accessories other than that. So to attach the grapple gun onto this guy, he has a little hole right there in his hand, and there's a little peg on the grapple gun. You can just put it in his grabby hand, but the way how they want you to do it is you take the grapple gun and just peg it in there, and then he's got the grapple gun in his hand like that. So that's basically all there is to that. But yeah, this guy literally comes with no other accessories, because McFarlane Toys expects you to also go and buy a separate figure of this exact same Batman without his cowl on, and he comes with only a Batarang as his other accessory. Yes, I am not joking. And it's a Target exclusive. Why though? Why couldn't you have just simply added in an alternate headpiece here, given this guy a Batarang, and this guy could have used some alternate hands? All he has is this weird high five hand and this grabby hand. You really can't give us any more hands than that? Like, this guy is really lacking in accessories. My other problem with the grapple gun is I wish the grapple gun maybe came with a shot-out cord that you could plug in, or even an entire separate grapple gun that has a shot-out cord, and then this one. Like, come on, like, where are all the accessories? This guy is really lacking in accessories, and the only other accessories you get is the stand and card. So it's like, where's all the stuff that interacts with this guy? You could technically go and buy that motorcycle, and that can add a little bit more playability, but you shouldn't have to buy the motorcycle to get the most fun out of this figure, and you shouldn't have to buy another Batman to get the fun out of this Batman. Getting into Batman himself, the head sculpt here looks really well done. I like the black cowl. I like how his eyes are very cleanly picked out. I would have liked maybe a little bit more white, but then it probably would have started bleeding onto the rest of the eye. But still, I just wish they would pick him out just a little bit better. I like the face here. I do wish that he came with alternate expressions, maybe. Like, maybe you could pick off this little piece of the face and put a different one on, or maybe you could have or maybe you could actually swap out the heads, but just some suggestions for a figure that doesn't have any real accessories. Coming down to the chest, I love the molding and sculpting here. I like the Batarang / the Bat logo right here in his chest. Very nice shoulder pads and sculpting right here with the arm gauntlets. I like how those got like little tassels on them. There's the hand. There's the utility belt. No superhero underpants. Honestly, it doesn't bug me, and this design doesn't really look good with them. And then overall, very nice sculpting there on the feet and the legs. And then the cape looks pretty well. You can't really remove the cape or anything, but you can try to move it out of the way to get a look at some of that back detail. And then the feet look pretty good. It's got some peg holes and some detail there. And overall, nothing much to really talk about. Going over the posability, the head has a ball joint. It can pivot side to side. He can look up that far. He can look down that far. And it can rotate a full 360. Shoulders can rotate a full 360, even with the cape and these shoulder pads. These shoulder pads are made of a pliable material, so they shift around when you move them. There's also, you can't really see it, but there's a butterfly joint in there, and you can see that little piece of plastic in there for the butterfly joint moving. He's got that in there. And then the shoulder can move outward that far, but as you can see, the cape and shoulder pads kind of get in the way. So what you have to do is you have to kind of slide it underneath the cape as best as possible without popping the joint out. And you can get about that far out of posability. One of my complaints is I wish this cape was a little bit more pliable to move around, but honestly, it's not that big a complaint. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The wrist can rotate and hinge up and down, and if you rotate the peg, you can get some side to side. He does have a diaphragm joint right there, which allows for some diaphragm pivot, arcing back, and a slight crunch, and you can rotate it. Then he has an actual waist swivel, which can rotate from side to side. And combining those two joints, you can have a big arcing back and not that much of a crunch, and the pivot is just slightly enhanced. And it can swivel, obviously. This little underwear area is a pliable material, so it allows for a nice kick up. He can move back that far. He's also got a thigh swivel. The legs can move outward pretty well. He has double jointed knees, and then I think he has a boot swivel, but it doesn't feel like it's meant to actually move. I think that's actually me kind of breaking the figure a little bit. And then the ankles do move up, they do move down, and if you rotate the peg, he can get some very nice pivot. And then he also gets a toe bend. So very nice 7-inch scale figure here for the Batman. Now, I don't have any other DC Multiverse figures. This is, in fact, the first one that I do own, but I do happen to have the McFarlane Toys Doom Eternal, Phobos, Doomslayer, and the Doomicorn. So I do have those figures from McFarlane Toys, at least. So anyway, that's it for the McFarlane Toys size comparisons. And that is basically it for my review on the McFarlane Toys Batman. And honestly, I do like this Batman figure. It's a good figure, great articulation, great detail, great posability. The cape could have been a little bit more pliable, or at least gotten out of the way somehow. But it doesn't bug me all that much. My main issue with this figure is in his accessories. I appreciate the stand, the card is okay, I guess, and the grapple gun is pretty basic. But where's the Batarang? Where's the alternate head? Where's the alternate hands? Like, this guy has barely any accessories. And it feels like it really holds this figure back, because all you get is those two hands and the one grapple gun. Batman has a lot more expressiveness with his hands and accessories. And he has a lot more tools in his arsenal than that. And it bugs the crap out of me that McFarlane Toys expects you to buy an entire separate figure with an unmasked head, just so you can get the unmasked head and the Batarang. Like, why can't you just throw those in with this guy? I appreciate McFarlane Toys. They've been doing a great job with keeping their prices at a good cost, for especially the quality and everything that you get for them, when everyone else has been going up with inflation constantly. Like, I appreciate McFarlane Toys, their prices and quality, but I am getting annoyed with how lacking their accessories are becoming, or else you have to pay like an extra $5 for a figure that comes with so many accessories. So anyway, I do like this figure, just wish he had a few more accessories, but there's nothing wrong with this actual figure itself. So if I had to give this figure a rating, solid 9 out of 10. maybe a little more closer to an 8, but it's a 9 out of 10 just because those accessories do annoy me, but I do love the quality on the actual Batman figure itself. It is a great figure. So thank y'all for watching. This has been Briximus Prime. Be sure
to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to leave a comment down below. And be sure to follow Briximus Prime on YouTube and Instagram. If you don't, I'll come find you. This has been Briximus Prime, I mean Batman.